Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today's video is a little bit different. I'm going to use it to actually give you guys a little bit of a story and pose a question to you guys that I have never posed before. So sit back, relax, and listen to the story. So it starts this past weekend. My wife and I, we had two different events where we both enjoyed ourselves. We went out and dressed up, and of course, I was wearing some fragrances. This particular day, I was actually wearing Tom Ford's Tuscan Leather. It was a little bit chilly out. I was wearing a suit that was on the darker side, like it was almost like dark brown, with a maroon shirt and a vest. And the style just kind of really fit Tom Ford's Tuscan Leather, and that's what I was wearing. So to get to this event, my wife and I actually ordered an Uber. So my wife was still doing some stuff. I was downstairs and jumped into the Uber, and we were waiting for my wife to actually come down when, as soon as I enter the car, the guy's like, "Wow, what is it that you're wearing?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's Tom Ford's Tuscan Leather." And I was like, "Why do you ask?" He's like, "It smells great." So again, who makes what you're wearing? And I'm like, "Tom Ford." He was like, no. I mean, the company, like, is it a Versace? And I'm like, no. The company itself is named after the guy itself. So Tom Ford is the line, and he's also the creator of the fragrances and all that good stuff. And he was like, "Oh, okay." And then we started talking about the price point of the fragrance. He was like, "Oh man, it's that thing is out of reach for me, basically." And we keep talking more and more about it. And as he's, kind of describing things, I realize that he's really talking about fragrance from the artistic standpoint. He's really interested in different notes. He, diving into different notes and kind of figuring out where those notes remind him from smelling and things like that. So I'm like, all right, cool. Hold on one second. So I run upstairs. I get a bunch of samples, some of my, niche samples, some Tom Fords, and grab an extra bottle that I had lying around. Ran back downstairs, and by this time my wife joins us and gave it to him. And that was per normal. What was different with this time, and after we went through, did the Uber ride, got to our destination, we got out, and I realized that I hadn't actually done something, and it's something that I almost always do. Whenever I meet people and fragrance enthusiasts, I always end up giving them various different channels that they can go ahead and check out if they're interested, depending on, kind of what they talk to me about. If they're talking about, smelling great for women, they like that smell for it, or, attracting the opposite sex, smelling good in school, things like that, I'll funnel them to different reviewers and, say like, "Hey, you might want to check out this guy on YouTube or this guy on YouTube." And depending on, where they are on their fragrance journey, obviously that changes things as well too. This time, however, I did not recommend him anyone, and I started thinking about it, like, why didn't it come automatically for me to do that? And I realized it's because with all the new reviewers and things that we have out, and there are a lot of fragrance reviewers that I actually can't keep up at this point, I realized that, at least I haven't come up upon it, the dichotomy when I first started with fragrance reviewing was that it was more on the artistic and the journey of the fragrance side, rather than, whereas today, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing or a good thing, so don't think I'm taking sides here. Whereas today, it's more, there are far more people who are more interested in, is this going to make a woman more attracted to you, or is this going to be better smelling for a woman and stuff like that, and get you more compliments? And that's really the heavy emphasis on it. So when push came to shove, when I started thinking, I'm like, who fits this guy? Somebody who does not have a lot of money, so he's not interested in niche, and yet at the same time, he's still interested in exploring fragrances from, an artistic standpoint. And, it didn't really come to me that well. The only person that came to mind was Katie Puckrick at that, but, I was starting to be hard pressed for somebody that I can actually review, or recommend. So I guess that's my question to you guys here. Who is somebody in the fragrance community that you feel is, that reviews, I guess you could say, more fragrances that are not as expensive, or inexpensive, and at the same time approaches it more from an artistic standpoint, or more from an exploratory standpoint, rather than these are compliment getters and all that good stuff. I'm just curious. I don't mean to intend to start a war, and that's not my purpose here. I just genuinely kind of wanted to know. But anyways, I thought it was a cool story to kind of mix in. Just, you know, you're always meeting people who are fragrance enthusiasts, and it's just always a fun time. So that's just my little fragrance story for this particular weekend. I had much success with it, got many compliments with Tom Ford's Tuscan Leather. Previously, the night before, what the heck was I wearing? Herod. Yes, Herod was the Saturday night, the bar night, where I had a fantastic time. And man, I've missed going out to, you know, bars with my wife, and, you know, just hanging out with my friends. It's just been absolutely fantastic. My daughter takes up so much time. So yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, guys, let me know what your thoughts are. And that's pretty much it. Thank you guys. Take care of yourselves, and you guys have a great day.